Good afternoon. My name is Faith Works-Fleming, and I am a nurse practitioner and manager of a heart failure program at a safety net hospital. And Ms. Kathryn Norton, would you like to introduce yourself?
Hi, I'm Kathryn Norton. I work in cardiovascular program as advanced practice.
Okay, and Ms. McKinsey Stone?
Hello, I am currently a student in the Doctorate of Nurse Anesthesia program at Augusta University.
Okay, great. So I wanted to talk to you guys about social determinants of health, which include conditions such as housing, employment, food security, and education, which all have a major influence on both individual and community health. These factors are becoming more important to the healthcare systems, insurance companies, and government agencies in terms of providing or improving outcomes and lowering healthcare costs. The Improving Social Determinants Health Act of 2021 aims to address these social determinants of health by coordinating across the CDC to incorporate grants and activities that are partnership with CMS to address these social determinants of health. Why this matters to me. Again, I work in a safety net public health facility where over 80% of our patients are challenged with social determinants of health that are barriers in access to care. We've partnered with the CDC since 2017 to incorporate collecting data on social determinants of health, which we've incorporated into our plan of care, which has been helpful in reducing our hospital readmissions by 5%.
For me, it's important because I work in a hospital where I deal with patients who are, for instance, homeless and they come in every day. They've lost their medications, they can't eat, they need food. And the only reason that they're here is not for hospitalization services or acute care, but simply because they don't have a place to go and they don't have a place to put their things and they might have insurance, but they're there and they continue to come back because of it.
And for me, as a future nurse anesthetist, I will most likely be providing care in a rural area, lower socioeconomic status area. And our patients tend to have more comorbidities and less resources to deal with them. That leads to cancellation of surgeries or improved or increased rates of post-op complications. So coming at social determinants of health to kind of combat those would better our patients and our outcomes as well.
Now, for each of us, we all agree that social determinants of health have to be addressed, as we said. This particular bill it has huge challenges. It's $50 billion each fiscal year from 2021 to 2026, and we can't even predict if anything that they put in place is going to work or be effective. The best practice consensus is difficult because there's so many different levels. Coordination is a monster nightmare. The grants award programs takes a life of its own, and everyone knows that. Our poor public health department is overworked, overburdened, and they would have to take this on in themselves. And then for the data analysis piece, it would be a nightmare because whoever decides that they're going to do the analysis, they get to skew the data in the way that they want to help it. And we don't know that that's going to help us. And $50 billion is a lot.
On the other side of that, we do have some favors already, or some factors already working in our favor. Organizations like the World Health Organization, public health departments, and the CDC already have established protocols for communicating and disseminating information. And the health systems are desperate for help with social determinants of health right now to provide better care for their patients. And one good thing that came out of the pandemic was there are many new avenues to interact with patients that can be utilized virtually for a program like this.
So a potential strategy and action plan to address this issue is to use the existing infrastructure within the CDC and public health that can actually link data collection to be input and utilized by various systems and institutions that are going to be participating in the program. In addition, a potential opportunity is to create a panel of experts from different key sectors of social determinants of health that would link federal, local agencies, and state programs with community stakeholders to work collaboratively, to establish policies and procedures and workflow diagrams that report continuous lines of communication within the communities to the various areas that need to be addressed.
So overall, ladies, it sounds like we agree. We support this bill.